Hi everyone, my name is Anita Ladhani. I'm a licensed clinical social worker and an energy practitioner. And today I want to talk to you about giving and generosity. And I want to read a few excerpts from you from my favorite book, The Prophet by Khalil Gibran. And I'm only going to read a couple of sentences from the chapter on giving. And so the Prophet says, "Speak to me of giving." And the Prophet says, "You give but little when you give of your possessions. It is when you give of yourself that you truly give. For what are your possessions but things you keep and guard for fear you may need them tomorrow?" And then he continues, "There are those who give little of the much which they have, and they give it for recognition, and their hidden desire makes their gift unwholesome. And there are those who have little and give it all. These are the believers in life and the bounty of life, and their coffer is never empty. It is well to give when asked, but it is better to give unasked, through understanding." So I want to talk to you a little bit about giving today, and I want to talk to you about helping people. So it's amazing because in life, our intention dictates everything in terms of energetically. So the intention with which you give dictates the karmic return that you get back. So when we, for example, help someone, are we doing it for recognition? Are we doing it for other people to say, "Oh, what a nice person Anita is. Look how much she helps everyone"? Or am I helping someone just because it's the right thing to do and I want to bring joy, comfort, alleviate their pain, what have you, right? Remember that, giving and receiving is like yin and yang. It's just the balance in life. We don't know where life will take us tomorrow. I've been on the receiving end, and it was a very humbling experience. I've been on the giving end, and it felt nice to be able to be on the giving end. But I also have come across, family and friends who have been on the giving end and are so eloquently and so beautifully elegantly give, where their left hand doesn't know what their right hand is doing, right? And that's how you should be doing generosity. That's how you should be giving. That's how you should be helping. If you're helping because you want anyone to say, "What a nice person," then you need to think twice about why you're actually doing it. Help because because you want to serve. Help because you want to alleviate someone else's pain. Help because you want to make a difference and just help someone else. And again, be secretive of helping. It's really hard to be on the receiving end. As someone who has been on the receiving end, it is very difficult to be on the receiving end. It takes a lot of, it's sort of, you have to swallow your pride at times when you're on the receiving end. So give, like the book says, give without actually being asked to give. Give before they even have the opportunity to ask. Don't make someone ask. If you think they need it, give it. But at the same time, let them maintain their dignity. Let them maintain their their self-respect. Don't take that away from someone, right? There's no reason to strip someone of that. You really need to exercise caution when you're actually working with people, because you're working with people's self-esteem, you're working with people's hearts, you're working with people's hopes, you're working with people's pride. And really, that's all people have, especially people who are struggling financially. that's really difficult to be able to ask for help. If you are in a comfortable situation, then trust me, you're blessed, because most of the world is not in that situation. And it's really challenging to be able to not have enough, not have enough to do whatever it is you're supposed to do. And when you have to reach and ask for help, it's very, very difficult. And if you're someone who's in the giving position, then please be mindful of that and keep your mouth shut. If you're giving because you want to announce it to the world, then I want you to really think about your true intention of giving, because, I mean, you're not going to get the karmic benefit. You simply are not. One of the other books that I reference often is Laws of the Spirit World by Khorshid Bhavnagari. And again, you can only get this book online at this point on eBay. And it was a book that was channeled from her sons who had passed over and crossed over. And they said the same thing, your intention, why you do something completely dictates the benefit you get from it. So I feel like I'm repeating myself again and again, but I cannot say this enough. If you're going to give, don't let your left hand know what your right hand is doing. Give because it's God has given you that opportunity to serve. God has given you plenty. And even if you don't have plenty, give. And the other thing is, give without judgment. Okay? So a lot of times, and I've been guilty of this, we sit and judge. We go, well, especially if we know the situation, we're like, what? She doesn't deserve it. She doesn't need it. Look at the choices she made. And what I want you to think about is that the sun rises every single morning. Does the sun judge who benefits from the sun's rays? No, the sun just gives unconditionally. Does the wind decide, who it's going to keep its fresh wind from? Or does it just sweep through and let everyone benefit? If the sun and the wind and the earth and God and the moon, if none of them decide or, dictate or are sort of, miserly with their gifts, who are you? Who are we to be miserly with the God-given gifts that we have? And again, it may be your time, it may be your smile, it may be your talent, or it may be your money. Whatever it is, even as little as you can, give, because every little bit helps. And give with the right intention. Love and light. Take care. God bless.